Welcome to the Trading Lounge. I'd love to share with you the trades I made today on my journey to 100K, where I try to take this small account to $100,000 as a rookie day trader. And I am a rookie. I've made a lot of mistakes. I'm in a pretty big drawdown right now. So today was about keeping it simple. Let's focus on execution, candle over candle highs. I'm trading the Ross Cameron style of trading, which is low float, volatility, momentum, all that kind of stuff. And so really trying to keep it on the rails here as I chip away, hopefully at kind of every day at trying to get green. Now, today I'm break even. I lost 51 cents today. Technically it's a loss. We'll call it a loss. It will be reported as a loss. But there was one stock that I traded today that just didn't go my way, but I liked the idea and I thought the execution was okay. It just didn't go the direction I wanted, and I could have got out maybe a little bit sooner, but overall, not that big of a deal. But yeah, just keeping it simple, keeping the scanner simple, keeping my setup visually very similar to what I'm used to, just to make sure I could kind of be in a flow state today. And I also got plenty of sleep. I felt very alert this morning, and I also changed a couple ways I was looking at the level 2 on my entries today, going back to kind of an older way that I did it, and we'll talk about that. But the first trade I made today actually was not on this account. It was on my Webull account. This is the account I trade on before 7 a.m. because I can't trade until 7 a.m. on my Thinkorswim account. So right before the bell rang, right before 7 a.m., Ruby took off. And let's see. Yeah, I bought it at 574 and got out at 506. And I'll show you guys that on the chart. So that was like a $70-ish gain right off the bat. I'm like, okay, on my Webull account, I think I'm green like 7 or 8 days in a row, and all right around like between 30 and like $80 or something. And on this account, I don't trade. I just trade anything that's moving. If it's moving with some momentum, I'm looking for my entry point at the half whole dollar, or the break of a new candle, or something that's going over VWAP. It could be an assortment of things, support and resistance, and I'm just entering in. So I'm getting some practice on that account, being able to trade really anything that's moving, whether it has news or not. But I do like to trade mainly things that at least have continuation news from the day prior or something like that. So anyway, Ruby, I started off with a nice win today on this account, made me happy. So I just wanted to show you guys like what I'm doing on this account, and then also like I have multiple accounts, and this is kind of like an account that I practice on, and I get to practice on stuff that I usually do it before 7 a.m. So kind of it gets my fingers warmed up. That's why I was kind of frustrated yesterday. I had a win on this account yesterday and then lost yesterday on the main account. But that's my Webull account. We'll close that down. So the scanner I used today was Charts Watcher. This looks convoluted, but it's really not. It's actually pretty simple in how it works. But it's got a running up scanner that you have in most scanners. This has it's got a kind of a momentum scanner that it uses to filter a couple things down, and then a sniper alert scanner. And really, the sniper alert scanner is something that tells me that my focus should be here for whatever reason. And so this morning, all I did was I was mindful of anything going off in the running now. Just mindful of it, nothing crazy, just okay, cool, And then as soon as I started hearing something in here, I pulled it up and I traded it if I could. And then, occasionally when something would come up in the sniper alerts when it was really popping off, I would click it and take a look. But then the rest of this stuff is stuff that I'll use throughout the day. Nothing like in the moment, but it's got my gappers, top volume hitters, and my halts. Now, I want to share something that I really love about this scanner that I didn't realize. And anyone can set this up. In your Charts Watcher scanner, you can set this little piece up. But right here is relative 1 minute volume percentage. I did not realize how important that is. Now so as an example, if you look, I'm going to scroll down to Codex. I'm going to start right here. Let me see if my mouse is working. Okay, so right here at 9:07. This is just an example I'm giving you. It's telling me that the 1 minute relative volume is 514%. That's pretty darn good. And you can see it's climbing the ladder here. And it's telling me during the candle, like this is 7:07:04, 9:07 right on the dot. This is 907 in 4 seconds, 907 in 5 seconds, 907 in 6 seconds. So it's telling me as the candle is increasing in volume compared to the previous candle, how much the weight is there. And I actually really like that. And it's not buy or sell, just volume as a whole. So it was kind of cool to see this number climb. I wasn't necessarily staring at it. I just kind of I could tell as well. But I will glance at this when it's going off. And then you can see this one comes down to 300. And then other numbers start to kind of climb up. So watching that 1 minute relative volume was kind of sick because it was alerting me to potential kind of squeezes. I don't know. There was just something that I liked about seeing 1 minute relative volume and having that number climb up as the 1 minute candle was still moving versus like seeing the volume of a candle maybe potentially after it's over or whatever. And you can see the volume in many different ways, but I really liked seeing it in this format. Like if I knew that this candle, the volume was steadily increasing and this candle was building momentum as the price was doing whatever it was doing. You still have to wait for green on the tape. You still have to wait for the proper entries. But it's something that I liked and something I'm going to be paying a little bit more attention to. Anyway, that's the scanner I was using. I do have a link to my original configuration. That's not this scanner. It's another scanner that's really, really good. And I'll link that in the video. So let's talk a little bit about Ruby. That was the first one that I traded today. Ruby. Let's do it. Let's do this. How do I want to do this? I think I want to do it where I punch it in here. Ruby. All right. So Ruby today was, I believe, a no news stock. Yeah. There was no news on this stock today. So I'll show you real quick kind of what I did this morning on the go to auto right here. Where are you? Right here. So here's where I traded on Webull, somewhere in this zone. So this is where I was getting the alerts. This is at, what time is it? 6:57, 6:58. So it had this initial run from $2 with a great volume all the way up to 5:31. I missed it. I didn't miss it. I was watching this. I watched this, but I was like, does it have news? Like, I kind of want to I want to play it safe today. I really want to make sure it fits my criteria. It needs a little bit of news, but this was on my Webull account. I also traded Ruby on my other account too. But, so it crosses over here, 360, pumps up over here. I don't get it. That's where I wish I would have got in. And then I got in on that account somewhere in this zone when it was crossing over. So I was looking at the 10-second chart, but I was trying to get it to go over 475. So like once it was like right here trying to go over 475, I punched it for the break of 475, which I'm thinking is a psychological level of resistance in my head. Once I see it goes over $5, I just get out and took my profit and ran. So that was that first trade in Webull. Now my first trade of the day, because I was confident in this account and in my opinion all eyes were on this account on this stock, I decided to trade it in my small account. It didn't have news, which doesn't fit my rules. But it is what it is. That's just how it goes sometimes. Is this loading up properly? Hold on a sec here. Oh, I can't change this. That's okay. So this is showing some trades I made in my sim. And I was trying to make it so that way the sim stuff got filtered out so we can just see the actual profit. Let's just do this. Let's just take this and go like this. That we're only looking at stuff that's not sim. Perfect. So then later on, I'm just kind of watching, and so at about 7:45, I think it was a break of VWAP or something. Yeah, right here. So right here. By the way, I think I just saw a comment come across my feed that I don't have MACD on my charts. I do have MACD in my charts. It just looks a little bit different than what you might be used to. I don't use the bars. I actually just use signal line. So here's the MACD right here, and then here's the actual signal line right here. So I have the bars are kind of distracting and they take up too much space. And so all I need to see is that the signal line, the signal, and then when it's crossing over, I don't actually need the bar. So I do have MACD on here. I don't use RSI indicators because I found it not be useful for this style of trading. I used to use it for my my swing style trading or long intraday trades before I started this type of trading on this specific account. So that's why you don't see RSI indicators on here. But there is MACD on here. I definitely use MACD. So right here, what time was that? 4:45. I wish I would have went with more buying power here, but I was staying with small size. $500 entries all day today. There might have been one where I did something different, but I think it was all like $500 entries. Again, I have a ton of buying power left for potential move in AH if it happens, if I can get down on my computer, sit at my computer, or if something's popping off during the daytime. So let's see, 745.06 right in here. Yeah. So this comes up, kind of tests VWAP, and then this candle opens up, goes over this candle right here, and I'm thinking to myself, where are we? Let me pick up my where are my lines at on this thing? Where am I? Oh, right here, right in the middle. Okay, that works, I guess. So right here, basically, 74, 75. Yeah. So I was looking for I wanted to find the break of basically was it 780? What was I trying to do? Yeah. So there was this candle over here is like 783. And so as 744, 745, yeah. So as this candle opened and formed, because I was thinking, okay, now we've tested VWAP, and now I just needed to show that like it's going to stay here. Obviously it didn't stay here, but it did for this candle. So this candle, the high of this candle was 476. But I also knew I was flirting with this 483 on this side as well. And so as soon as this candle opened, goes up and crosses over, like starts to threaten 780, I'm like, I'm going to get in for the break of 780. So I got in, and then as soon as it went over 80, I got out. Now, I could have made a little bit more money here, and I realized that, but I was already in for quite some time. You can see right here, I was in for like 15 seconds. And so I didn't want to be in too long. It was like hanging around right at my entry point. I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm not really feeling super great about this. And then the volume comes in a little bit more and it pops up and I get out. So happy with that trade. I feel like that's an okay entry. You know, it doesn't have news. It's not the candle over candle high, but it did test VWAP. It actually didn't reject immediately off VWAP. This candle opened, and this candle open went above, and I'm like, okay, we got a little bit of strength here. Let's get in for a quick little pop. Something small, made $6. That's how my day started. Then the INM popped up today. And let's see here. Auto. Is this right? Is this the right one? INM, right? Huh. Oh, there we go. Weird. Okay. So this popped up today. Let's see what time it is. 8:25. I was watching this, and I'd marked off the dailies. Where was it? Let me do this real quick. I'm pretty sure I marked off. Was this the one where I looked at? Let's see here. $2. The 200 EMA. Oh, this was the one, the merger. So yeah. So this had merger news. So as soon as I think it was halted, came out of merger news and just popped right away. Right. So it's popped with some merger news, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't really like to trade merger news, but I'm like, well, I mean, let me see if we can get something to happen here. So here's where my mind was at with this. This thing comes up and has this pullback, and I didn't get in right here anywhere in this candle. Is this right? Wow, look at that volume profile. Yeah, it just basically went sideways. Has it been going sideways all day? Or did it come down? Okay, it came down a little bit. This thing just basically churns sideways forever. Anyway, comes up, and I was thinking, okay, we're really close to the $2 mark. And so this $2 is a psychological level of resistance, right? And so I'm like, I'm not going to take this entry right here at 190. I wish I would have, but I didn't. That would have been like a really good entry. I'm like, okay, I'm going to actually wait for, because again, I'm not really like into merger news. I'm going to wait for it to kind of push $2 so I can like try to push through that psychological level of resistance. Or if the next candle forms, this one forms and goes over, I'll try it again. So I actually tried to enter twice. So this candle comes up, goes over here. I'm like, great. Then it starts pushing up. I tried to get in right here tries to push over $2. And then what did I do with this? It was like a 97. Yeah, it was like $91.97 basically. It doesn't really do anything. It holds there for a little while and I get out. I got out for break even. Then this candle opens, comes down a little bit, shoots up. And as this one tries to break this, I get in for another entry. So I wanted to get in a little earlier. I probably should have, but I've been getting screwed by not waiting for the candle to cross the other candle. And so I was kind of waiting for that moment. It didn't actually cross, I don't think. Let's see, 205. It's double top. It's a double top tap right here. So I tried to get in at 201. So I did try to get in a little bit early, actually. So right around $2 as this was pushing up, hoping it would go above the 205 mark. I saw green on the tape as well. It just rejected and came back down, and I got out. So took a $24 loss. I wish I would have got out much. Was that it? Was that the $24? Yeah, the $24 loss, 9 cents. I wish I would have got out a little bit sooner there, but overall, I'm like, okay, I'm not hating that move. And then I watched it for a while, and it just could never really break. I was watching this pop right here, and at this point, I'm like, it's just grinding, and it's not really moving that much. Like, this isn't worth my time. So I just moved away from it, and I watched it, a little bit here and there, but just moved sideways with nothing really going on. I wonder what it did after the bell. Yeah, okay, a little couple of gap ups here. So that was the other stock I traded, and then Codex was the other main one that I did today. And this one hit the scanner at first. Oh, what is that? Hold on a sec here. What did I just do? I just hit something on accident. Let me close that down and open up another one real quick. Control, Shift, click. Dashboard. Ghost maybe? Yeah. Bring this back over. Bring it over. Bam, bam. Boom, boom. Bam, bam. Somewhere in there is fine. All right. CODX. Okay. So this stock, I first traded at 907. Yeah. Okay. I mean, it was really. Did I win on the first trade? I did. So this was like, for me, 213. Yeah, right here. Yeah. So for me, this is like the type of entry that I'm always kind of looking for. I might end up moving this out of the way at some point. It's just kind of like there. I don't know. We'll see. This is the first day I've had that there, and I actually didn't mind it, but like when there's a big article like this, it's kind of a pain in the ass. Anyway, this thing shoots up. There was multiple entry points, but there was some low volume in the beginning, and I just wasn't really sure. And you can see it's kind of like a topping tail heavy right here. We've got this first red candle pullback right here. This would have been a really nice entry. Don't remember why I didn't take it. And then this one goes, and then right here, this opens, and I say, if I'm going to get in if this crosses over this. I got in right there, just over that, in at 213, out at 224. Took a profit, $24. I'm like, I wish I would have went in with some pretty good size. And then I took another trade on it up here at 908. So the next candle over, I think I was trying to, what's this high? This 225, 908. Yeah, I tried to get in right here for when this candle broke over this. I tried to get in for another break of that candle over candle high. It rejected a little bit, and I took it, and I got out for, what was it? A $20 loss, which is unfortunate, right? Just didn't get what I wanted there, and should have got out a little bit sooner. Again, that's kind of the problem. But this is what's nice thing about small size today. So my execution on my entries today, overall, I liked for the most part. Exits could have been quicker. Could have definitely been quicker. And then traded it again up here at 909. For I forget exactly what I was doing here. Let me look at this. Was 230 to 237. Oh yeah. So this is really easy to see, right? So comes up, breaks 230. I get in, and took a little profit when I saw it get a certain amount of sense, like pushing up towards 240. Got out of there. Now another. I mean, it's another one where I wish I would have stayed in a little bit longer, but you just never know. You just never know. So that's fine. Only in that trade for like 5 seconds, and I'll get better at holding them, but right now I'm just trying to get a profit. And then I accidentally traded it right here after the bell. Really quick, I got in and out with $500 for basically $1 profit. Because on that account, I was trying to do on my sim account, but I hung out with my family for a little bit, came back, kind of lost my focus. I thought I was pushing the numbers for my sim, went in, realized it wasn't. It was really easy to see because the order wasn't filled instantly. So I hit it, and I'm like, oh, there's a little bit of a delay here in the sim. No. And then it filled, and I'm like, oh, shit. And I canceled it, and we're good to go. Anyway, just being able to get out quick was nice. So we have a profit of 51 cents, nothing crazy. Overall, okay with the day. I did add that information into here. This hasn't been fully updated yet. software with all my information and kind of how I want to show you guys the balance on the account. But I did put this in here today to be able to track the day's loss, and that kind of stuff. So I will get this updated. So yeah, we had 241 day loss yesterday, $1 loss today. Could still go green today if I decide to trade in AH, which I probably will not because I have a meeting around that time frame, and then yeah, probably not going to get to it. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Today was about execution, specifically on my entries. I thought I did a better job on that today. I need to still get out a little bit faster. I want to get really good at that before the PT rule gets lifted. Hope you had a green day. We'll see you guys tomorrow.